holy shit, guys, this one is special. Troubled Minds is half of Troubled Minds are the guests that I have on the episode today. Definitely have known these guys for a long time. It's always special and fun to be able to do an episode with someone who you actually know ahead of time and you have a kind of just love for. And that's exactly what this one was. Gabe and Matt came over from Troubled Minds, and we had a really great time, and we talked about all kinds of shit, as you will hear in the podcast. And just wanted to give a general introduction and shout out to how amazing they are. I listen to them like crazy. There's tons of local bands that I've heard and enjoyed, but very few of them have had the longevity in my headphones like Troubled Minds has. Huge fucking massive respect. And seeing them grow has been really nice. Playing with them a long time ago where neither of our bands were getting a whole lot of applause, to playing a show with them where everybody's singing along to every word and people are crowd surfing and going fucking crazy. It's just really nice to watch. This band is so deserving of that. So please, give it the fuck up for Troubled Minds. What's up? I'm so excited to have you guys here. Like, now we're rolling. It's just for real this time.
Okay.
So, what's up? Like, so introduce yourselves so people can hear your voices.
I'm Matt. I play guitar and I sing in Troubled Minds.
Cool. And I'm Gabe. I play bass and I do a little singing.
You do a little singing. I like your singing. You don't do enough singing though, I don't think.
I would agree with that, actually.
We've been working on it.
You're working on it?
More singing, yeah.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely.
We never practice harmonies. But I'll just whip them out during a show and be like, that went well. Okay. That went well.
I have the exact same problem. We don't practice with vocals, and it's like a pain in the ass.
The thing is that I've been playing in a band with Gabe for about a year and a half now, and it's never sounded bad. Like every single time Gabe busts out in a harmony, it's just like, you need to do more of this.
That's rad, dude. Good for you. Let's see. That's some appreciation we got going on here. I think we need more of that. We need more positivity. So first thing that I want to start out with is I've only known about you guys for a short amount of time because I've only been in a band who's been playing with other bands for a relatively short amount of time. But Josh, the singer of my band, was saying that Troubled Minds was a thing in the past, or that you were doing something before we were a thing, back when TSR was a band.
I think, and it's funny because I can't really pinpoint the beginning of Troubled Minds almost.
Really?
It was I think it was 2013. I want to say, because we released just 2 songs, and I'm going to say it was like the summer of 2013.
Okay.
Something like that. And after that, we were working on an album, and the lineup was totally different, by the way. Me and our drummer Zach are the only 2 original members from that era. Mm-hmm. And we were working really hard on this album, and it was basically just like, long story short, super like creative differences.
Okay.
It never, cause like when you have like 2 people in a band and they want like polar opposite things, the album's never finished.
Oh, of course.
You know what
not.
I mean? Yeah. So that's basically what it was, and I don't remember how long we spent on it. I think we were probably recording for about 8 months.
Holy shit! You were recording for 8 months, and it wasn't even in like some kind of big, crazy, expensive studio. Because like events, folks can get away with recording an album for 8 months, but some like local band, maybe not.
I mean, we were doing it with my friend Andrew, who moved to California, but is actually just moving back like in a couple weeks. Which is really exciting. Old friend of mine. And he was doing it for, I don't remember how much it was, but it was obviously way too cheap because for recording for 8 months, I'm not in over my head in debt right now. So I think he probably did it for too cheap.
I didn't even think about that.
But yeah, that was, I mean, it was cool. I mean, it was a fun experience, recording with somebody you're close with. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed that a lot. And it was just like, we got to the mixing stage and we passed it around to like all sorts of people to mix, and it was like nobody was ever all happy, and it just we just like dropped it.
That's the hardest fucking thing in the world. Like the recording process is not, at least with me, the recording process isn't nearly as hard as the mixing process. The mixing process is the biggest pain in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, that's because, I mean, with any kind of art, it's just... Because the closer you get to the end, right? Because
Yeah.
like in mixing, you're getting closer to the end,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, okay, pressure's on because you're getting towards the final product. That's always like... I think that's just the hardest part about any art in general is just calling it done.
Yeah, of course.
You know
Yeah,
what I
oh
mean?
yeah. No one ever... And then the other thing is, it's never finished.
Right,
I was
yeah.
talking about that on one of the other podcasts with Austin about how, like, it's never finished. It's no one's ever happy, 100% happy with the final product. 'Cause, you know what I mean? It's always going to be... You're always going to hear one thing that's off here, or one thing that's like, oh, I wish this was mixed different here, or the mid's too fucking... You know what I mean? It's always going to be something.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple other guys, like my high school band, got together just to like record an old single with Matt. And it was a ska band, so there's like fucking like 10 members or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And so like just like sending it between everyone, just like getting notes back. I'm just like, I wish I could accommodate everyone. Like,
Yeah, I know.
it's just like too many people, especially when like everyone. I don't know. I've always felt that like
The 10 people, you might as well just... It's a commune. You
Yeah,
might
it's
as well
like-
just put up a message board
exactly.
and have everyone...
Yeah.
And I feel like most artistic endeavors, like some can work as democracies, but they mostly work with like one person like leading.
Yeah,
a vision.
that's what I
Honestly.
learned from that record that we spent so long on was that I should have stepped in because I started this band.
Yeah.
It was my vision, so I should have stepped in a little harder and just said my way or the highway. And I wasted, I guess, kind of quite a bit of time just trying to like please everybody, but it's not worth it sometimes.
There's this really interesting phrase that I heard a long time ago that's a camel is a horse designed by committee, which basically means like it could have been a horse, but instead it became this weird fucked up thing with the hump and there's all kinds of weird stuff wrong with it and everyone kind of threw in their pieces of the soup and it ended up being this weird animal. Like, so it's very much like too many cooks can spoil the broth. Like it's totally...
You get like a bumpy, shitty donkey horse.
And that's what I mean. I'm curious to hear what that album would have sounded like. If that would have sounded like.
What would you say is for the recording process was the difference between those like two singles you put out and then you guys went to the album, right?
Okay, so the first two songs were recorded live, and they were recorded with a guy named Jalapaz.
Oh fuck yeah! Audio Confusion, AJJ, and a bunch of other great shit.
all those bands. So we recorded there, and that was pretty cool. It was very natural. I enjoyed it a lot, and then we went into. That's when we tried to do like one instrument at a time recording, which is still it's a professional way to record and everything. But it was like we were like too contained.
Gotcha,
like some of the songs just sounded too contained for what they were, and. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. I don't think it was ever bad, really. But it wasn't exactly what me and Zach, our drummer, really wanted. So what happened was, after everybody was like butting heads and everything, and I was like, no, it needs to sound like this. It needs to sound like this. I was going to school and I was taking classes at MCC at the time for audio production, and that's when I started really getting into recording.
Yeah.
Was because of that album, and I was just kind of like, you know what. Fuck it, I can do this. So I kind of took matters into my own hands, and I told Zach, I'm like, Zach, we're going to record this live. We're going to do it in my living room, and it's going to sound great. And he was like, okay.
Hell yeah.
That's when I found Gabe, and I was like, all right, Gabe, you're going to learn, like, what 7 songs, and you're going to learn them in, how long did it take you? Like
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
I was going to say 2 weeks.
We actually, I learned the songs. And then we recorded our EP, and that night played our first show.
I remember that. Yeah, so like during the day, we played the whole set, which was our EP, and then we were like, all right, cool, we live tracked it, and then we went and we did it again, but live at a show, which was really fun. Yeah,
dude, that's so cool. That pressure is insane. We did that too. We added a guitar player. We had a guitar player, Nathan, who we still hang out with all the time. He does like video and photo work for us now. And we added him into the band within 2 weeks of having to go on tour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're just like learn all this shit, and he's never been in a band before,
Uh-huh.
so he's never been on stage in front of people playing music. So it's
Yeah.
like not only are you gonna have to learn how to get in front of people and play music, but you also need to learn like 10 songs and like go on the road.
Yeah, I mean that was the last tour we went on. Zach filled in on drums for
Help Me Sleep.
Help Me Sleep. Yeah, and he learned everything in
That's
like maybe
awesome.
like 2 weeks. And
I think they might have practiced like twice.
they practiced. I thought once.
Once? Damn.
Once.
But drummers, you don't have to worry about notes.
That's
I grew up as a drummer. I know the jig is like I know the fucking.
Yeah,
you know
you just,
what I mean?
you just yeah. But I mean, also if you do fuck up
Exactly.
on drums,
Yeah.
everybody,
Yeah.
because you are a loud instrument.
And people still talk about that stuff. I remember a friend of mine went and saw Weezer like a long ass time ago at Tempe Beach Park, and still to this day, the only thing he talks about is how the drummer totally dropped the beat and fucked up everything.
What?
And here's the thing: if that happened like 5 years ago, and that's
Yeah.
still what he talks about. Like people do hear it, and they do, especially if you're in a band like Weezer.
Oh yeah,
Like-
'cause that was a big show. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, really, I don't
Yeah.
want to believe that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know any Weezer song
Or you could possibly drop a beat on because it's
that's
so
hard to play on drums. Come on, I could play drums for Weezer.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't even know.
I
So-
love Weezer though. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
say
I know.
that. I'm gonna say that. I love them.
Weezer too.
I've
You
been
know-
listening to Pinkerton a lot.
Yeah, of course you have.
Pinkerton finally has grown on me, and I'm like,
Oh, really? You were-
damn. I mean, like, I dug Blue Album, and I, like, respected Pinkerton, but, like, it's weird how albums, sometimes I'll listen to it, and I'm like, yeah, this is good, you know.
That's
but
awesome.
I'm not, like, in love. And then,
Oh, yeah.
for whatever reason, all the stars and the moons and everything in the galaxy lines up, and I listen to something at a certain time, and I'm like, this is exactly what I needed.
See,
Yeah.
I'm with Weezer, and God, the people in my band are huge Weezer purists, so they fucking hate me for this. But I'm such a 12-year-old girl because the Green Album is my favorite.
Yeah.
I like the pop songs, man. Like
Yeah,
that's
well,
what I
that's-
love.
I feel you.
I mean,
The hits.
they've always had pop songs.
But that album was just like every song, which is perfect production, perfect
Yeah.
like pop hits. Like but I'm not a huge Weezer fan, so I
Okay.
kind of get away with it.
Okay,
But
yeah.
See, I was mixed up. I always thought Pinkerton came before Blue Album.
really,
So, like, it always made more sense.
It does
Like,
make more sense.
And then when I found out it was reversed, I was like, all right, I could see. Because, like, Pinkerton was always my favorite, still my favorite. But, like, everyone's just like, Blue Album's so much better. And I was like, yeah, it's better, dude. It came later. But I was like, it's harder
Yeah.
to defend it now, but I still love it.
I feel like Pinkerton has a more like unleashed sound. Like
Yeah.
it's just like there's just no boundaries.
Yeah.
Whereas like
He was good.
they were very like I could tell they were just like pretty calm when they were
Mm-hmm.
playing the other one. They just put like way more emotion and just drive and angst into the
we
second one.
we almost covered "Tired of Sex" when we
Oh,
first
yeah?
got together because we only had like 10 minutes of music when we first got together because
Yeah.
we played everything fast.
Uh-huh.
So we threw covers in, and we were
Yeah.
so close to covering "Tired of Sex." It just didn't ever happen.
I would
I love
to
that
cover
song. That's the
a
only.
great song.
That's such a good song. So, Tori. So I'm gonna jump. There's no linear path to this. I'm all over the place. So Tor, you mentioned that. I totally want to hear about that because you've been to some places that I know of, and I definitely want to hear about your experience. It was pretty long too. Like how?
We went
Somewhat.
we played 5 shows, right?
Oh, 5 shows?
Yeah.
Was it just where'd you go?
So okay, we went. It was all Southern California. It was Phoenix, Tempe to be specific, and then just all of Southern California. So once we got to California, we played Lancaster first, which is like an hour out of LA.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You're fine. No, I do the same shit. I do
Okay,
the same
pens
shit.
on the table.
You know?
No
Pens
pen.
on the
No, you're
no
fine. Like,
pens.
dude, you see how I'm like fiddling with this? Like
Yeah,
I'm always like doing stuff.
Okay, so we played Lancaster, and that was interesting. We played at venue name. It was a bar.
The Britisher.
The Britisher, thank you.
Britisher.
And
Oh.
they gave us a lot of alcohol.
Yeah, they
Dude.
gave every person in the band 2 pitchers.
Holy
house.
shit!
Like those
Yeah.
big old
Yeah.
Peter Piper pitchers just full of whatever beer we wanted.
That's awesome.
Every member, so there was 7 people on the tour in total. So that's 14 pitchers of beer. And someone's got to drive, man.
Did they pay for you too? Did they pay though? Did they
That's
pay?
free. They paid us too.
Really? That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome then.
Yeah.
If they did both, because some people are just like, here's alcohol. I don't have money for you.
Yeah, no, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, can we take this in cash, please? Like, we have a gas
I
tank.
don't know. I'll take alcohol.
Yeah, but it doesn't put gas in the tank of a van.
I know, I totally
We'll
get
get
it.
gas. We'll get gas.
So Lancaster paid you in money and beer, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And this band hopped on last minute. Las Munitas del Fuzz.
Oh, yeah.
They were
Spain. They were from Spain.
Whoa.
And they rocked way harder.
They had to
than
be
any
like
of
in their
us.
60s, and they were just like
Yeah.
straight up like rock and roll band. But they all dressed up as nuns. They were all
Yes.
like 60-year-old
That's
dudes
the thing now.
dressed
I
up
keep
as
seeing
nuns.
that. There is like a nun thing happening right now.
Really?
Yeah, there's a nun uprising. There's a lot of bands.
I'm sleeping on it.
You are
Yeah,
sleeping on it.
so am I,
There's a lot of
apparently.
bands who are like coming up as
People
playing
went
as
nuts. They were
nuns.
basically like surf rock, but they were just nuns. And they just, I don't know, they were really hilarious.
That's awesome.
They were so funny. They were like, they said shit like, you all came out to have a good show tonight. But you're not gonna get any of that because we're fucking hammered. And then they were just,
And then they would just rock.
they played flawlessly. And I was waiting for them to just like play like they were hammered, and they
Yeah.
were just
That's
perfect.
awesome.
Just a
man.
3-piece busting out like guitar solos, like getting on the ground and busting out guitar solos.
That's
people
amazing.
just dogpiled like moshed for them.
Yeah,
it was
it was a
insane.
really small bar, so instead of moshing, everyone just kind of like fell on the floor right in front of them.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
That's rad. Okay, so Lancaster, where'd you go from there?
And then after Lancaster, we played the Doll Hut,
The Doll Hut.
which is it's all right. I found some Nazi punk stickers on the wall,
Yeah.
and I just tore them down.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
that's a place for them.
Fuck 'em, yeah.
That really doesn't surprise me at all.
That was okay. So we had a show fall through. I can't remember what happened, but we had to book that show last minute. So we're like, whatever, we'll play anywhere. So we played Doll Hut, and then we're just like looking around, and we're like, these are like Nazi punk band stickers on the wall. So yeah, I just like I was even on stage like tearing them down.
Yeah.
The bartender had to have seen me do that, but I did not
Dude,
care.
fuck the doll. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, okay, so I
If you're gonna let Nazi punk bands play in your venue, yes, fuck
yeah,
you.
no, I
That's
agree.
not cool at all.
We've played there twice. I didn't know that, but we played there twice, and both the times were a blowout. The last one that we did there was just one fat biker dude in Crocs taking a video of us with like one of those digital cameras from 2006, like the ones that MySpace selfies were taken with, and he was just
God.
videotaping us with that the whole time, just standing there like this, and his Crocs and his big beard and like diabetes belly, just like
Nice.
and I was like, "This is the Doll Hut, fantastic."
there it is.
This
That's-
wonderful.
You should get that footage.
I do want to find that footage.
It's probably on MySpace.
Yeah, or Reverb Nation or something.
Yeah. So then after that, we played a really sweet show at Beatnik Bandito, and that's in Santa Ana.
Santa Ana's cool.
Yeah.
Santa Ana's usually, if I'm gonna stay around the beaches, I usually stay in a hotel in Santa Ana. I like
Yeah.
Santa Ana.
And that was the best show, I think, on the whole
Alex
tour.
came through.
Yes, Alex from Ridgeway came through and brought a ton of people. We also played with our friends in Quiet, and then I can't remember the other bands.
Matter Room was the
Matter
other
Room.
band. Then Help Me
Yeah.
Sleep.
Yes.
Of course, help
Yeah,
me
we're
sleep.
on
As
tour
you
with
guys
them.
are on tour. They're from Tucson, right?
Yes, Tucson.
Okay.
Good
We've almost
dudes.
played shows with them and it never ended up happening. I really I've been wanting to play with them
Yeah,
Tucson
they're nice guys.
seems booking in Tucson seems like it's slim pickings
because there's like 3
nowadays.
venues.
Yeah, it seems like that. But that was a really good show. We played it was a really small record store, and it was pretty much packed. And
Fuck yeah.
so the vibes were there. Everybody stayed for all the bands. It was like a show where that actually happened. Like everybody was genuinely interested.
Yeah,
Just-
they were selling. There was like one dude selling some coffee that was like really
yes,
good. He was, super
great.
nice.
That was the best cold brew I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was. That was delicious. Alex was selling pre-rolled joints for
Yes.
$5 at the door.
Yes.
That was tight. And then a comedian stood on a dumpster and like did 15.
Yeah.
fucking
sick.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
It was the best show ever. We got hammered. Got a bunch of. We had. That was a blessing. Remember, we were just hammered after the show, and then Jonas just came up with all that pizza, and it was the best pizza I've
Yeah.
ever had.
That was. I think we were just really drunk.
Yeah,
That was
because
probably-
everything you had that night was the best that you've ever had it. Like, you're
Yeah.
totally fucked up. Like,
Yeah, no, because I remember we were talking about that. We're like, is this pizza really good, or are we just like really drunk?
No, I totally hear you.
Don't ruin it.
Yeah,
It was the
no,
best.
it was
Okay, no, it was the best because I'm pretty sure the pizza was like $5, and it was a $5.
It was the best $5.
It was the best $5 pizza.
Little Caesars got nothing.
So
it was better than most.
Did you guys have a day off at all, or was it just show after show after show? Good. I fucking hate days off on
days
tour.
off. That's not good.
No, I hate it.
Don't want to do that.
I can't stand it.
And then we played San Diego, and then that was at I haven't
played San Diego.
San Diego's fun. Was that a bar?
It was a bar.
We're both drawing a blank?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I'm going to write down.
Soccer Babes were tight, though. Shout out to Soccer Babes.
Yes. Shout out to Soccer Babes. They were fantastic.
Sweet. Soccer Babes.
Where are they
great
from?
Band there.
Seattle or Oregon?
I thought it was Portland.
Or Portland.
Portland. Yeah.
Same
Oregon.
thing. They're all the same.
Yeah.
The
Pacific Northwest.
Let's be real.
But yeah, they were a great band, and we played with them, and it was just us and Help Me Sleep, and yeah, really good homie vibes.
That's awesome. And so, was that the last date?
That was the last date, and then
Sweet.
we drove home.
That's so awesome. And so you guys had a van and a trailer, right?
Yes. Yeah, and we were Help Me Sleep was able to borrow it, and we were like, hey, can we share?
Yeah.
It was like a 15 passenger, and the last 2 rows were like a full size bed. And there were like 2 DVD players in there. We were living large. I don't think I slept at anyone's house like that whole time. I was in the van every night.
That's awesome.
Really?
It was so good.
I definitely crashed on
bed was
couches.
so comfy.
We just did that. We just took a 15 passenger, but fucking like we only took out the back row, and that was just for all of our gear. And then on top of like 4 dudes and all of our luggage, we could barely even sleep on the seat.
Sleeping on seats sucks.
See, that we thought we were balling. We were like, yeah, we're gonna keep the seats in and sleep on the fucking and then like one night into it, we were like, dude, we could just take these fucking seats out and lay it out like stretched out on the floor. Like we got so upset. Like we were like, man, we thought we were so cool. This sucks.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, you live, you learn. You make mistakes, and then next time you do it differently.
Yeah. I mean, fuck, that was really rough. But then we did pretty well. We managed to get hotels and sleep on people's couches, so it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, we caught a couch basically every night. It was
that's rad. Do you guys have like a bunch of friends in California?
Enough.
Yeah, we had between the 7 of us, we were able to get somebody to crash with every night.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the safe place to park the van.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
So, I want to talk about the EP that's out. Okay, I fucking love the hell out of it. Something We're Saving, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Something We're Saving is amazing. I need it on vinyl, and why I don't have it on vinyl is
I should have brought one
beyond
for you, man.
me. You should have brought one. I would have.
Looks like I messed up.
Yeah, but that's a great thing about fucking like having the podcast is if there's someone a band that I like, I'll just tell them to bring merch. I don't even have to go out anywhere. Just like fucking deliver it to me. Man. I did that with Hot Rock. He gave me a candle. So, but yeah, I still love to this day. And anytime I see it in the record store, I'm always so stoked that you guys got it out there, man.
Yeah, we did. We went around. Let's see. Oh, we need a call about seeing if any of them sold.
It's coming up on a year.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Anyways,
I'm more glad to have them in there than anything.
True. Yeah.
I see them, and I'm always like, dude, that album. Like we took a picture out in some kind of like forest. And it was like the forest and the skyline, and I was like, "Wait, get a picture with my hand like this." Like
the classic.
Where did you take that picture? Where did you take the album picture?
It was your brother's friend, right? I'm pretty sure it was Northern Arizona though, because some
Yeah.
people have told me they've been driving through Northern Arizona and they were like pretty sure
That's,
they got the spot.
Yeah.
I think that's why I always think
it was my brother's friend. I can't remember anything.
So with you, Matt,
what's his name?
Exactly, I can't remember.
He has a good Instagram. He's got it all.
Oh yeah, he's got it all on Instagram. Maybe I'll just get my phone out and when I remember it. Find it.
Those computers in our pocket, they might.
But one of the things that I want to talk about is like, so you, Matt, did so you ran the production, right, in your house?
Yes.
That's how you did the album.
Yeah.
Okay, so with you being as just into the production side of things as you are, and then also having to use that on yourself, how long did that take? The whole album.
Let's see. How long did it take? Because I remember, because we make it sound like we did it like in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
By live tracking it in my living room, but it was way more than that because I know I layered guitars and did vocals, and that took me a while. It also took me a while because I was also recording other bands.
Yeah.
I record a lot of bands, so when I'm working on a Troubled Minds recording, it's like, you know, hey, I'm not busy with everybody else. Hey, we can do a recording. Right? It's like, that's kind of how it works. But you know,
I'm totally gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into the whole Matt Alda, the Alda Hood Productions shit.
Is that my name?
That's what we always call you.
Right.
Call the Alda. Well, we call your recording studio. We call it the Alda Hood because that's what we always say.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that later. But
I don't know. I mean, so you know, I put it, you know, like 3 hours in here, 3 hours in there, whenever I had time and space, and I remember. Let's see, it was ages ago. I think I don't know. I usually try and track like 4 different guitar tracks. So I probably played through the EP, you know, maybe roughly 4 times on guitar, and then vocals.
Who helped? Didn't someone help you with vocals?
That was on just this last single that we recorded that we should probably talk about as well.
yeah, because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, we've been very quiet.
I'm like, new single, what?
Yeah. But yeah, on the EP that we have out now, I just like, it was so annoying because I would like hit record and then I would like run up to the mic.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to sing. And then I'd be like, well, fuck, like, I'm kind of like partially winded from like this running that I just did, so now I can't sing. So I learned very quickly that there's some things in recording that it's better if you just have somebody record you.
Yeah.
So for the single that we did, I did what I could by myself. And then when it came down to like vocals, I was like, I called my friend Josh Medina, who's he's a really good recording engineer. And I had him come over and just track my vocals. And that was like, that took so much stress out of it. Like, I could just, you know, sing a line. I could have him like stop it. We could listen back to it. It was just so much faster.
That's awesome.
Yes, but that single that we recorded, it should be out pretty soon. It's going to be out on a 7-inch.
Sweet.
Yes.
You and the fucking vinyl, man. How do you get that done?
Really Rad Records.
That's so
Thanks, Gardy.
Doesn't it take
Thank
forever?
you, Gardy.
Does vinyl take as long
Yes.
as people bitch about it taking?
Yes,
Yes,
because we've been waiting
waiting.
almost, well, okay, so we sent the finals, like, everything was mastered in October. That's what Gardy said when I asked them how long it was going to take.
October.
Yeah. So it's been like, what, is that 8 months?
Like six months.
6 months. So 6 months, and we're like, hey, what's the word? And there's nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Really Rad Records.
'Cause,
We're
yeah.
gonna do it. I keep telling like Austin's the guy in charge of all that shit. And I'm just like, dude, get on it. Find out what Matt did. Literally do that exact same thing, and then we'll figure out if we can do it.
Yeah. But it's actually a split. So it's
Okay, sweet.
It's
I
us.
love a split. Man.
Oh, and it's a good split too.
Okay,
So it's us, and then it's Adult Feelings.
nice. That works perfectly.
They re-recorded These Ends.
Okay.
And if you have you heard the song These Ends?
Mm-mm.
You need to, because
I know
a
the-
really fucking good song.
Is that on the Box Ghost EP?
No.
That's
it
the one
was-
that I know. Okay.
It was before the Box Ghost EP, right?
Okay.
It was,
That's
yeah, it was like our first single, like full band single.
Yeah, and it was.
It's
I
annoying.
mean, I remember hearing that a long time ago, and I was like, "This is a killer song, and it's a terrible recording."
Yeah.
And I was like,
All our
and
recordings
and
are
I this was
awful.
before this was literally before I even met you, and I was like, I'm gonna meet this band and I'm gonna record this song eventually sometime. And I think it was like 2 years after I told myself that I got you guys to come around
Oh, yeah.
and like re-record it.
Wait, you're in Adult Feelings?
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
fucking know that. Like now I have to do a Trouble Minds / Adult Feelings. Like what the hell? I didn't know
No,
that.
you should get me, Forrest, and Aaron back here. That'd be
Okay.
a good one because we've been friends since like high school.
Sweet.
So like, there's a lot of history in there. We were in another band, but yeah,
Cool.
I'm pretty stoked about that. Like, it's probably all our recordings have been goddamn awful because they've all been free. Yeah, because we basically do it in our free time when Forrest isn't on tour or whatnot.
I don't feel like I see like as much Adult Feelings stuff.
Yeah,
as I
it's
see
like
in
very
Trouble Minds.
much a passion project. Like, my brother's in it, Aaron, and he has like a kid and a full-time job. So like, fuck this fucking
Stop
pen.
that
Fucking pen.
You're totally fine. No, it's cool.
Okay,
You're
so
good.
yeah, so Forrest is doing the sundress thing a lot, and then I'm doing Troubled Minds. So it's always nice. We'll get together. Actually, Zach in Troubled
Wait,
Minds.
who the fuck is in Adult Feelings? Forrest is in it too?
Yeah, Forrest from.
Okay, I don't know. Apparently, I don't know anything about Adult Feelings.
Yeah.
should.
Like I just
Adult
know, I know
Feelings
that
is great.
EP. I know that EP, And that's all
Our
I know anything
recordings
about.
are
That's
recordings
forced
are
singing.
awful.
Okay, I didn't know
Our
that.
recordings are pretty bad.
I don't think it's that bad. I've heard a lot worse.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot worse from the local
At
music
least, like,
scene.
it's just because we have, like, mostly new songs right now. But the reason I'm stoked about these ends is because, like, one of the older ones we actually, like, went in and rewrote and is actually, I feel like, does us justice.
Yeah.
And none of our recordings have ever done us justice, and that's mostly on us, but...
I hear you
Yeah.
now, man. That's totally...
Yeah, I'm stoked. And then, Ridgeway and Old Sport.
Yes. And Ridgeway's song is really good. I recorded that one as well. So I recorded our song, I recorded the Adult Feeling song, and then I recorded the Ridgeway song.
So this is the Mal with 7-inch, basically. This is
except-
basically your, like... This is your portfolio.
Partially.
Mostly.
Mostly. And then Old Sport didn't record with me, though. They're from Colorado.
And you fucking hate them for not... I'm just kidding.
No, actually,
How
I
dare
thought this
them not
song...
go through me.
They're the best.
It came out
Matthew's
really
the
good.
Best.
Yeah, no, they're great guys, and their single on it is like really good as well.
Sweet.
Actually, I think theirs is my favorite.
Mhm.
I think it's like unanimous. I think we
Yeah.
all like theirs the most.
Yeah, we just booked a date in Colorado on this run we're doing. So
Dude.
I'm stoked to play with them.
Oh my god, Colorado
Yes.
is the best place I've ever played in my entire life. Seriously,
Really?
I've never had
I'm
more
so
fun
stoked.
in my life, and I've never had as much fun anywhere in Phoenix like I've had as in Colorado. The people in
Really?
Colorado are so
Oh,
amazing.
yeah. We'll be
Okay.
there for Memorial Day week.
Where are you
pretty
going?
much. So it was originally planned we have this house show in Albuquerque, and then we
Ooh,
were gonna
that'll
do
be interesting.
two in Colorado. I know, I'm pretty stoked for it. Two in Colorado. One of them is kind of looking like it might fall through, but the other one's a house show that we definitely have.
What cities
So,
you at? Like Denver?
Yeah, so the person we're staying with, it lives in downtown Denver, but we're playing in Colorado Springs, I think.
Colorado Springs is alright. Colorado Springs is weird because Colorado Springs, like, have you been to Colorado before?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so if you go to so Colorado Springs is first, is ways before. If you're, I mean, obviously you're going to be going north, so it's before you get to Denver.
Mhm.
Don't let that persuade you that that's Denver or that's Colorado. It's not. Colorado Springs is not like the rest of Colorado. It looks and feels like New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
But with like a giant fucking mountain right in the epicenter of it. So it's Colorado Springs is weird because it's warm too. But if you go up to Denver, that's when it's like, okay, this is Colorado. This is like Colorado culture. This is what it feels like. Colorado Springs is cool too because we played Colorado Springs, Denver, and Fort Collins. We did the whole like bottom to top.
Mm-hmm.
And Fort Collins is probably our favorite. That's where Colorado State is. But dude, that whole Colorado is so cool. People are nice. People actually like are nice. Like you don't have to
Wow.
in Phoenix.
Nice
Everyone looks at their like feet, and no one wants to look at each other. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you don't want someone to be like, "The fuck you looking at?" You know, some dude's like itching himself in Phoenix. Like it's really weird. like that's when I go to Phoenix. That's what I feel like. But in Colorado, everyone's like, "What's up, man?" And like talking to you, and strangers are like waving at you and shit. Like people are so laid back there all the time. It's really cool. You're gonna dig Colorado, man.
I'm stoked.
yeah.
If the show falls through, I think we're just gonna, because it's Memorial Day weekend, I think we're just gonna hang out in Denver.
Do it. Denver's a sweet city, man. Denver's super. They have one of the coolest record stores I've ever been to in my life in Denver.
What's it called?
It's called. I don't remember what. If you look up Denver record stores, it's one of the. It's the first thing that'll pop up. It's legendary.
For sure.
So that's fucking rad. So, you mentioned earlier because you do sing a little bit on Something We're Saving.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be doing that more on the new stuff?
You better.
I don't think on the split.
Oh
I
yeah, on
think
the split.
Well, not on the
yeah,
split, but like I'm assuming.
Yeah,
working on
we're
something
basically
else, right?
writing a new EP right now.
Sweet.
we have a good grip of new material right
Yeah.
now. We have that we're. I mean, we could.
I think we're shooting for 5, right?
Yeah,
That's
probably
good
like
number.
a 5-song EP
Mhm.
that's gonna come out.
That's awesome.
And yeah, it's gonna be really cool.
I'm glad that I'm going to hear some new music by you guys because your live shows have like it's no longer or it's not like these are the songs on the album. Like you guys' live show has really become like a fucking live show. You know what I mean? It's not just like we're playing through our cavalcade of songs.
Right.
There's some cool, fun stuff going on there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I've noticed like our set has slowly but surely been like, I mean, we're playing like what, maybe 3 songs from the EP now, and then everything else is new stuff.
Yeah,
So
pretty much.
yeah, we're
trying
kind
to
of
keep the bangers in there, and then we'll mix a couple in sometimes. I've noticed.
yeah.
But yeah, we've kept it mostly.
I feel like the newer songs that we have are going to retain the listeners' attention a little longer.
Yeah.
We just keep throwing in just like little stuff here and there and there and there that just I think they just sound more mature in general.
That's
I
awesome.
think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said earlier at the beginning of this podcast, those songs were old. Like I wrote those songs when I was like 18, 19, and then we tried to record them, and then that fell through, and then the band was like quiet for like a year, and then we got back together to re-record it. So like that was like 3 years that went by.
So one of the interesting things about like Troubled Minds is that your shirt is everywhere. Like that fucking black shirt is like I've
the
seen
UFO.
like the UFO shirt. Like there's been like I would just see a random. I remember one time I was just like flipping through my feed and I just saw some random picture of a like this cool shoot of a dude like playing live and I was like, oh shit, there's a Troubled Minds shirt. That happens all the time. Like your guys' shirt travels like crazy, man.
Yeah, that was and that was a shirt that we designed at the very beginning of the band. Just
yeah.
I mean, not the very beginning.
I wear that
like,
shit.
Maybe like 2014. And
we're still ordering it. We just put in another order.
I wear that shirt like crazy. Like that's one of those very few shirts that I'm gonna wear that thing until
this
it's
band.
like dead.
Good old Joel came over, just to like, cause I'm working on their album right now, and so they came over to just kind of like work on some of their songs. And Brandon was wearing the UFO shirt, and I didn't mention anything about it. I took note of it. I'm like, there's my shirt again.
Dude, like there's legitimately it became a problem in Phantom Party for a little while because we would all show up with that shirt on. Like it was a legitimate, like I would have to text Josh and be like, I'm wearing the Troubled Minds shirt tonight. Like, no, that's a legit thing that would become a problem where we would get to a show and Josh and I both had the Troubled Minds shirt on. He'd be like, all right, I'm just gonna zip on my jacket. Like, so,
it definitely happens even with like our friends. Like we'll be hanging out, someone's wearing it, someone else will walk in it. Like you just have to roast them.
Yeah.
The worst is I ran out of clean clothes once and threw one on and I got roasted.
Oh,
they did not.
Because you can't wear.
I guess so, but it's a good shirt.
It is a good shirt.
Everyone gets to wear it, but me. I'm pissed.
Yeah, because that's like the unspoken rules. Like you can't wear your own band's T-shirt.
Yeah, totally.
It was laundry day.
But
it hasn't happened since.
There's exceptions, I suppose.
I don't think I've broken that rule.
And we just printed another one I want to wear. But
the first shirts that we ever made, I didn't want to wear. They were gross.
Oh, really?
It was like budget plus. It wasn't even like Hanes or anything, and it just smelled like straight chemicals. It was gross. Like every time I gave them to someone for like $5, I was always like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Like I wish I had something better to give you.
For $5, it's like you can't complain.
But so I want to jump into like you are like Matt. You're recording shit like crazy. Like you're always busy. You just like Second Go just released their album.
Yeah,
sounds wonderful.
Thanks.
Like those guys, we know them. We just like we run into them at shows all the time. Like those are really. I've never seen them live, but we've seen each other around a lot. We all know each other.
Yeah.
Those guys are so like seem like really really fun.
Oh,
like,
they are really fun. Yeah, I remember. Ian texted me. He was like, "Hey, we're interested in recording with you. Would you be really interested in like, really helping us produce this?" And that was the first time anybody's ever come to me with the P word before, the producing word, because I always go by the term recording engineer. And I was like, yeah, sure. So like, I actually went to a lot of their band practices, probably like 5 or 6 of them or whatever, because they always practice on Tuesdays, and I had like this 3-hour gap every Tuesday during school. Like I had 3 hours where I was just like, I don't have any classes. So I would always just like, I should have been doing math homework, but instead I would just always go to Second Go band practice.
That's awesome.
But it was a lot of fun, and I kicked it with them a lot. They're really good people.
Dude, they're one of those bands where when I heard that you were working with them, I was like, oh, this is going to sound great. Like I could just tell like these two worlds are going to come together, and this is exactly what it's just going to sound awesome.
Yeah.
I was so stoked for them. It sounds great.
It was a lot of fun. I really hope I can do it again for whatever they do next, because I think everybody learned from that process.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, like I learned as like an engineer, and then they learned as like musicians, or as being like recording musicians.
Mm-hmm.
What they can work on, and like what I can work on, and I really hope
as long as it's always as long as anything is seen as a learning process, there's nothing to be like. There's no loss.
True. I feel like every single recording project I've like had to learn something new, and I hope that doesn't die. because
fuck
like
no,
I
I'm
just
sure
want
we-
to keep learning and learning and
Yeah.
learning. I mean, it would be kind of cool to just be like, "Yep, that was perfect," but I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
Yeah, and it shouldn't happen though, man. Like that's what, especially if you're recording rock and roll. If
Oh,
you're
true,
recording rock and
yeah.
roll, you don't want anything to be like cut and paste drum track here or there.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
But you're the guy that I send everybody to. Anytime anyone's like, "Oh,
Hell yeah.
I want someone to record an album," or "I need to record an album," I'm always just like, "Fucking all do it, all over it, all over it."
Bless you, Matthew.
Like,
Bless you.
even though like we didn't use you for our fucking full length album, which is just because like we wanted to like see if we could do it ourselves.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and
Like,
I support that completely
Yeah,
because
see-
I recorded my own band
yeah,
too.
and we totally fucked shit up. But at the same time, we
No,
learned
it sounded
from
good. I listened to it.
Did you like? Did you?
I
okay.
liked it. Yeah. No, I thought it sounded really good.
The whole time we were making it, I was like, dude, Matt Otto was just gonna be like, I could have made it better. Like, that was like
No,
this
it was-
inside joke of like Matt's just gonna be like, psh, I could have done that way better.
I think, especially for your guys' genre, I thought it was good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because
thank
I know the whole surf rock thing. It's not like, or like the what do I want to say, like the resurgence of it or
Yeah.
whatever. It's not to be. I don't want to. How do I? I'm choosing my words wisely here. It's a very self-recording thing.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
very
like.
yeah. It can be like lo-fi and shit. We're moving away from it though. The next album isn't gonna
Okay.
have any of that shit on it. We're just like totally like boop, switching it around.
Okay.
But thank you. I'm glad you liked it.
It works. It works.
It totally it works. So Adult Feelings, Troubled Minds. I'll tell you about your drummer because your drummer's not here. And
Zach?
like yeah, so is he in another band that I know of that I didn't know that he's in, or is like just
Adult
like
Feelings.
You? He's in Adult Feelings
Yeah,
too.
he's in Adult
Motherfucker.
Feelings, yeah. Yeah.
So everyone's in Adult Feelings.
Yeah. No, and then coming up here in just a second, we almost have like another band like that because our guitarist Weston,
Oh, yeah.
he is recording an EP with me. His project, A Blackbird en Route.
Okay. I know that name.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Yeah, I know that name.
Very, very mathy.
Mhm.
It's kind of like Troubled Minds, but cleaner guitars, more intricate. And
Way more mathy.
Way more math,
Less
yeah.
singing as well.
Yeah.
I feel like you like with math, because I don't know too much about it, but it seems like math is more kind of like seasoned on your guys'.
Yeah,
it's not
it's-
like a math.
No, it's like because we play in 4/4.
yeah.
you know,
Whenever
and-
someone says like, whenever someone like gives you like does a write up for you and calls you like a math band, I'm always like,
No,
I think especially on our new stuff though, we found like a good
balance.
mix. Yeah,
Yeah.
we like to balance it in there because I know a lot of people love math rock and a lot of people like get bored with it. So we like to try to keep things to hook people in while also like interest them
Right.
For sure.
with math. Yeah.
So, anyways, Weston. So he's from Washington.
okay.
So he's getting all new members, or not. I know he's. I think his bass player is flying in to play bass.
Okay.
From Washington, but Zach is playing drums on that as well.
Sweet.
I'm recording it, and are you doing anything on it?
I was gonna play bass with him at some point, but then his original bassist wanted to fly out, and I was like, if you want to pay for a plane ticket, definitely. But I think I'm gonna help him in some other
Raul from
singing or,
from the Living Receiver is gonna sing on it.
Living Receiver is another band that okay.
Yeah.
So
I think he's
know
trying to have like a lot of people like sing on it
Yeah.
and work with it. Like
That's what Andy Warpigs is doing right now. Andy
That's-
Warpigs has got
okay.
like every fucking Phoenix artist on his new thing. There's like Dad I Know is in there, and like tons of people are playing different instruments, and that album's
really
gonna sound
cool.
really weird. I'm super stoked for that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love that. I love when Phoenix bands pull other people. Anytime that someone in a local, because when you're in a local scene, everyone has to be supportive. And when you bring other people in to sprinkle around your project and make it, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
I've been giving Matt a lot of love. I want to give Gabe a little bit of love.
Yeah.
So like from bass player to bass player, what really got you into like wanting to play bass?
Honestly, getting thrown the fuck on bass.
I know, it's always like that. It's always like that.
Yeah, it happened. Yeah, I think I mentioned earlier, I was in a ska band for most of my high school
Yeah,
career.
they're gonna call me in.
Yeah.
which Forrest was in?
Yeah.
Oh my
Forrest
God.
was-
Yeah. So if you
That's
Why didn't you
where
just
it
join
originated.
Sundressed? Like at this point, like
guess they didn't need a bass.
That was actually kind of the connection. We played our first show with Sundress hopped on, and we were fucking god awful. And then for some reason Trevor didn't have to, but he invited us to play their tour kickoff when Parliament was still around. So we opened for them at Parliament, and then like
For a second,
right
I thought you
after
meant the funk band. I was like, P-Funk?
yeah, that venue Parliament.
Okay.
So they went on tour, and then after that, Ryan and their drummer at the time both quit. So they're out like a guitarist and a drummer. So Garrett hopped back in, and then Trevor told me like they quit and whatever. And I was like, dude, just hit up Forrest. Like he has gear, he's good. And then I think he kind of wanted to ask Forrest, but he knew he was doing stuff with us, and I was just like, we're not even like we're just doing this to do it. Like definitely ask Forrest, and he's been like a great fit for that band, honestly.
That's awesome.
Those guys are doing really good shit.
Yeah,
those guys are fucking
they're
like,
killing
all
it.
over the place right now. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. So you got thrown onto bass?
Yeah. How did I get all the way over to Sundays?
No, that was
but yeah, I got thrown on bass for a ska band, which was a really interesting band, I think, to like learn bass from, because I could have just been like on the root note, whatever. But like I actually strove in that band to make my line super melodic, and like I think a lot of the time I'm gonna sound like I'm tooting my own horn or whatever, but like a lot of the times they did like drive the song, and I was pretty proud of that for like how little I played bass.
Good. I mean, in a ska band, that's really important.
Yeah, and then so yeah, from there we were like, all right, we're grown-ups now. No more ska. When we try to do Adult Feelings.
No more pizza parties.
I still like a good pizza party.
Yeah, of course. I had pizza today before you guys came over.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that single we have.
Yeah, that Zofoot single.
Yeah, that Zofoot single.
I'm sitting on it right now.
That was fun. We produced the hell out of that track.
We did. Like. We recorded a lot of noise. It's like a lot of noise. And you keep calling it ska. I want to call it party punk.
Party punk?
Because it's like, okay, so there's a trumpet track in there.
There's a lot attached to ska.
And there's a ska, but like there's also like a noise track. There's also an organ that we recorded. There was also we just made it zany. Like at the end of it,
what's this band called?
It's the fucking worst name ever, but our name was Zofoot.
Okay.
Zohfoot.
Okay.
No one ever knew how to spell it. Yeah.
But if you're a zany band, you need a zany name.
Exactly. And like we sucked for a long time, and then we got really good for a little time, and then broke up.
Oh,
so, yeah. It was mostly because people were like moving away. Like we had a lot of members.
Yeah, when you have that many members, like it's really fucking hard.
And then like once it loses enough layers, it just like doesn't have the same effect. So we're like, we just got to go to something a little more minimalist. So yeah, Adult Feelings was born, and then from that I met Matt, and we started doing Troubled Minds.
True story.
Oh, yeah, dude. Troubled Minds is so good. I don't know why I haven't gotten you on this podcast earlier, because I really, really love Troubled Minds. I think of all because I listen to pretty much to a good huge majority of the local releases that come out. But there's only a few that stay in constant like rotation, and that's like Troubled Minds is definitely on like the huge. So I'm always listening to Troubled Minds. So I'm really excited for whatever you guys have coming up, because
hell yeah, I feel like
super into it.
I feel like that first year after we came back, we definitely played way too many shows.
Oh, we played a ton of shows, man.
Yeah, we kept it going, but I feel like this year we're being really strategic about the way we do things, and like playing out of state more as much as possible.
Dude, playing as many shows, that's what I always tell. The two things that I always tell like new bands is play as many shows as humanly possible in the very beginning.
Yeah,
like just
which is what we did last year.
Burn yourself out of the songs and write new ones.
Yeah.
And then tour immediately tour, because you need to find out if you're really serious about this. You need to find out if the members in your band are going to be able to handle being around each other that much, and they're going to be able to handle conflict together.
Yeah.
So like you can be in a band for years and not tour and think everything's cool, but the minute you get in a tour band and something breaks and you find out that one of your members can't handle fucking working under pressure, you're screwed.
Yeah. Well, and that was like our first run with the other lineup. We did a 10-day tour with a Flagstaff band called Hear Me Out.
I don't know them. Okay.
They're a lot of fun. And yeah, no, I could tell like that was a sign when I realized that like not everybody in this band is gonna work out.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, like it wasn't that much longer after that There was no way.
There's some bands in Flagstaff that I always hear about, like, but I don't hear. I can only name like 2, like False North and Soul Drop. Like, that's pretty much it.
Cereal Milk.
Cereal Milk, they're good.
Fuck Cereal Milk.
Cereal Milk is so good. I don't know anybody in that band personally, but
I've met. I think he's possibly the front man. I haven't seen them play live, so I'm not sure. But I've definitely met the guy who's pretty active in that band. I can't remember.
They have 4 songs on Bandcamp.
Okay, I'll check it out.
And I listened to those, and I was like, "This is really good."
That's awesome.
No, they're really good.
Yeah.
We just played up there for the first time, so we met a couple Flagstaff bands. There was like a vape rock band. they call themselves loungecore. Like I was like, what the fuck is this? They had a song called Fat Beach about going to the beach and being fat and not caring. And then they were weird. I don't know what to call them. They're vape rock, I guess. I don't know. Like, they were weird, man. But they were sweet guys. Flagstaff's a weird place. Man.
Where'd you guys play?
The Hive.
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys done that?
Yeah.
It's a cool room, man.
Yeah.
The Hive is super cool.
Yeah.
I was really stoked about that. I was worried about how that was going to turn out because we never played there before.
Yeah,
true.
We prefer houses and Flag though.
House shows at Flagstaff.
I prefer Flag.
I mean, I guess you could say that about every.
Yeah, I prefer houses everywhere.
But like Flag especially, I don't know.
Because Flagstaff's a college town.
Yeah.
It's NAU. So, I mean, a house party with bands will go really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like there's not a lot to do there for people who aren't 21 too.
I totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend and I went up there to hang out for like New Year's, and she's on 21. And we were once we got up, we didn't really plan out what we were gonna do. We just went. And once we were there, we were like, "What the fuck? There's nothing to do."
Just we can look at more trees.
Yeah, I guess there's nothing to do.
Climb
We
a
can't
tree.
do anything here. We can climb a
build
tree.
a snowman.
But even building a snowman's hard because there's no room. Flagstaff is like everything's on top of each other.
Oh yeah, it's this tiny town.
Everything's like 15 minutes away.
Yeah, it's a weird place, but I mean it's also cool because you get to drive 3 hours and get out of the heat.
Yes, not even 3 hours.
Not
2
even 3
hours.
hours. Yeah.
If you speed like me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I'm not.
If you can climb up that mountain real quick.
Dude, the best thing ever. I went up that mountain one time, and I dated a girl for a long time who lived up there, and I would go see her all the time. And I was going up there, and I had these big fucking like Sennheisers that I would like put on over my ears, and I had like a hat on that I put over that to really suck them onto my ears, and I just blared Iron Maiden and just went around the fucking mountain, and it was just like, yeah, this is awesome. I hope I never get there. Like this is so much fun.
I never get there.
But yeah, Arizona's a weird place though. Like the scene has changed a lot. I feel like in the last.
It changes
couple
like
years.
every 2 years. Yeah,
But I feel like
it's
it's gotten better. I feel like it's more supportive now than it was when I first.
It keeps getting better and better. I mean, I've been playing shows since 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I started in 2011.
Yeah, I think the whole scene's just gotten more and more supportive, like you said.
Yeah.
Larger. From what I've seen.
Way bigger. Yeah.
Way bigger, and it maybe. I want to say more organized.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, more, well, or maybe what I'm trying to say is more options, like more promoters. There's just more places for shows, and I don't know if I'm just like learning that like over time, and I'm just like meeting new people.
Maybe.
And could be that too. I don't know. I think we have a pretty good scene though.
Seems
honestly.
like it's more accessible now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like you know who to go to for what, pretty much. Or
but then again that
might just be me too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
because I started coming around when I was like a junior in high school and I didn't know anything.
See, I first started playing in a band here in like 2011, and it was way different. Like, I mean, first of all, none of those bands are still around, with the exception of a couple who were just getting started, and now are they play by Man Baby, like us, like they started putting out stuff in 2011, and now they're fucking huge.
Right.
But but even when Phantom Party first started, the scene was like really. It's why we got out of town a lot in the first like years because we weren't like stoked on the scene around us at that time. But slowly it seemed to get way cooler. We met cooler bands, and all the bands we started meeting who were nice were all kind of newer bands and stuff like that. We started meeting up with bands like Sunland and all these bands we play with all the time. And
I think a lot of it is like bands have started seeing the importance of putting things into the scene.
Yeah.
Instead of, just complaining about things not being there, more bands have been putting on shows, just like out of their houses or, being a lot of like band members have been the ones to like rent the venue. and just be like, all right, well, the perfect promoter doesn't exist. That's gonna be me.
That's what we
I'll
do.
just do it.
That's the best way to do it.
And I think just more people stepping up to the plate to contribute to the scene has helped it quite a ton.
Especially in the indie scene,
like
which you guys play a huge are also like you're weird because you play on like punk stuff, but you play on indies, a lot of indie shows.
Sometimes we're too soft for the punk shows and then not punk enough. And then not soft enough for the
exactly. Like sometimes we're just like the loud, obnoxious like band, and then sometimes we're like the like light sounding like you guys don't go at it too like hard enough. So we've talked about that before. We find ourselves as like this kind of awkward like in between a lot of times, but it's also pretty good because we can play on a large variety of shows.
I agree. Like that's the weird thing about the indie scene is first of all, the indie scene, when it's still to this day, and definitely when my band started, it was very much like promoters texting me and being like, "Do you have a power strip?" Like it was very much a lot of those shows.
Yeah.
But especially because in the metal scene and the pop punk scene, you've got promoters and venues for days. But with the indie stuff, a lot of it is just kind of DIY.
Oh yeah.
But there's so much fun in that. But yeah, there's been plenty of times we're gonna show up because our early recordings aren't very like wild, so everyone would put us on these kind of like somber bills. So we'd get on, we'd get to the venue and everyone's like sitting cross-legged, and we're like, ah, shit, like, this is we're about to harsh someone's mellow.
No, for sure. Yeah, did and I meant to ask this. Did Austin play drums on the first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he just played quietly.
We put this mic that we're recording on in front of his drum set, and he just played.
Okay.
That's how we did the. That's why it's not as loud because it's just he's not mic'd properly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because the whole vibe of it is like a little more tame.
Yeah.
That.
But we only knew we knew the songs for like not even a month when we recorded that thing. We barely even knew it, so there wasn't as much confidence behind it either.
Yeah.
Because we all were kind of like, I think this is how we play it. Like it was super like rushed, and we didn't know what we were doing yet. So that's why it sounded like that. But anyway, so you know what you also had the benefit of. You guys had the benefit of an awesome band name. Like Trouble Minds is a wonderful. I think it's a wonderful band name. Whenever someone sees that shirt, they're immediately like, "Yes, band, fantastic." Like, it's not like one of those weird names where like, "Well, what is that? What is that shirt? Or what is that?" Immediately, like, band, probably a punk band. Cool. Totally get it.
I feel like it in some ways it has like pigeonholed us into like a sound. Like we can't.
You have to be sad.
We have to be somewhat angry or sad.
I think more people it comes off aggressive.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it sounds like we should be more punk than we are a little bit.
You think so?
Yeah, but I mean I like the name, but
yeah, I
just think at first glance people might think we're.
The thing is, it's like we're never gonna be a pop punk, like never gonna be a pop punk band, or we're never gonna be like a pop rock band. You can't be.
Don't.
I mean, like, not that I'm interested in it, but I realize that like we can't change too much with that name.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you could, but like I don't know. I think it's great. I know that like talking like not everyone like that's one of the things that you always say like never ask about a band's band name. But I love your guys' band name. I think it totally works. I think it's rad.
I was like 18 when I came up with it, and I was like I just had this like over dramatic moment in my head where I was just at work and I was like scooping ice, and I was thinking in my head, this damn ice is giving me a troubled mind. It was like super, and it was like super early in the morning. My head is loopy, and I thought about that, and I was like, that's like super over dramatic and hilarious, but also sounds cool. So I'm gonna write it down on this napkin and put it in my pocket, and then I found the napkin later, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go start a band now.
And that napkin is gonna go for big money on eBay. That napkin could totally go for big money on eBay. You should have framed that.
Yeah, I should have.
That would have been good album art, actually.
It would have been great album art, man. What are you thinking? That could be perfect 7-inch art. Like, they could have been wonderful. Or cassette tape.
Yeah, I didn't even think it was going to even get this far. Like, I didn't think I was going to be sitting here
really?
now 2017 talking about that.
In someone's kitchen with a fucking portable microphone.
Yeah, but here I am.
Yeah. So, music videos. Do you guys have music videos out?
We gotta get one. We gotta go get one.
We've been tossing around ideas for one. We just want the concept to be good. We just don't want it to like
we just
like,
don't
we
want
just
it to
threw it
suck,
together.
you know?
We want it to be
It's like-
compelling visuals. So
Yeah.
I totally feel you on that.
we've just been sitting on some ideas.
I mean, you could go simple and just like do performance, but like
Yeah, well, we want like a mixture in there. Like I like what you guys did, how you edited it. Like the visuals.
that was weird.
Yeah.
That's a
Very
weird video.
compelling.
that they did not come out. Like it didn't come out bad, but it definitely didn't come out how we thought it was gonna come out. It was a surprise.
Yeah.
Like we had no
It was
idea
pretty
how
cool.
it was gonna
It was
come
different.
out. Like the
it
whole
was.
like, you know, like it feels like you're on a spaceship.
Yeah.
Like that was not planned to happen that way.
Oh.
Like that kind of disorienting thing. That was a total accident.
Oh. Okay.
But
Well,
it was
you
fun.
fooled me.
It was
That's
fun.
cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's like
We
simple.
do that a lot. We fuck up shit a lot, and then people are like, "Oh, that was totally meant to be there."
Yeah. You just gotta go with the flow, man. You gotta go with the flow.
That's like our fucking motif. But yeah, dude, I want to see a music video from you guys. People need to see your beautiful faces, man. Like, do you have? I mean, am I wrong? Do you have a music? Do you have any
No,
kind
we
of
have-
video?
we have
at all?
They
no
do not
videos.
have a music video. Yeah, you're right.
especially now.
I know. I feel like they definitely go a long way, and
Yep.
we've just.
I
been
love.
putting
I
them
just
out.
love music videos. Like I can sit and watch music videos all day long.
Yeah.
I just love
Nice.
them. I love it. It's just wonderful.
Yeah, we'll have a video. I mean,
For this next EP, for sure. We talked about doing one for the split.
and I'm
we still
down
could.
still. I think, yeah, we're music video this year. Just keep
Hell
an eye
yeah,
out.
yeah.
This year, it's gonna happen this year.
Hell yeah! All right,
It's
And,
a
so
if,
podcast
and if it's
exclusive.
2018 and you're listening to this right
Kick
now,
our ass.
kick our ass. Yeah. Well, kick our ass if we don't have a music video.
yeah,
Yet.
no,
Yeah.
not in
Don't just
general.
kick our ass,
Oh,
please.
So,
Oh.
okay. So before I wrap it up, throw at me some fucking just what do you got coming up? Shows, releases, all that good stuff. This will probably be up in about like less than a week. So
Okay.
if you have a show tomorrow, it probably won't work. out.
Let's
Oh,
look at
but-
the date real quick.
let's
So
let's
today
get on our
is the
phones and try and get our
11th.
life
Yeah.
together.
Pull.
Yeah, is our next show in the next 2 weeks?
I think in the next 2 weeks for sure.
Well, drats.
Okay, I know we have two for sure. And
Well,
then I
let's
can
talk
list
about the
off-
2 weekend runs we're doing in May.
Hell yeah, that's
that
perfect.
we're-
Okay,
working
yeah,
on right
2
now.
weekend runs. Starting the 19th of May, we're basically taking both weekends, one to go west, one to go east. So we're doing. We're trying to get Tucson just to go see our buds and help me sleep. But
Yeah.
like I said,
Tucson's-
venues are slim pickings.
Yep.
So, but we're definitely going to Fresno. And then
Fresno's
we're
cool.
hitting OC again, and
Yes.
then a couple days ago we just agreed to finish that weekend by coming back and playing Strelitzia's EP release.
Yes.
Is that how you say that band's name?
Strelitzia.
I'm always like, how do you say that? Like,
Strelitzia.
okay, cool. I got it.
Strelitzia. Oh, and then we have we're playing at Trunk Space in 2 weeks on like the
Still haven't
25th.
played it.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. It's,
Yeah,
Steph
I like a new
gave me a
space.
tour, and I like when we played we played like the big room, like the how like now they just have the overflow, like they'll put them in the big church room or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So we were there, but Steph was there, so she showed us the room. It looks awesome. I really want to play.
Yeah,
it.
it's a good venue. I really like the vibe of the whole place. I really like the whole like just like the grass field like
Yeah,
outside of it
for sure.
and it just like it makes for like an enjoyable place to just sit down on the
Yeah.
grass and just hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
For
sure,
I love playing
for sure.
Trunk
See,
Space.
that's the thing. We've played like that church area twice, and it's been billed as the Trunk Space, but it wasn't in the new room. You know what I mean?
interesting.
So like
Yeah,
we
I
have
haven't
yet to
played that
play
other
the
room.
room. So what do you got? So what's so in May you just
Well, before that, so we have that Trunk Space show, and then on April 28th, Second Goes CD release.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That sounds rad.
Who's on that? Oh yeah, so it's us, Westbrook, Sunland, and Graveler.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. Westbrook's
Yeah.
another good one.
And then at the end of May, we're going Southern California. We're doing Fresno, Orange County, and then next weekend we're doing Albuquerque and Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so
busy
we're-
boys.
We
Sweet.
some busy boys going around the whole southwest area.
Hell yeah, dude. That's super rad. I'm like so proud of you guys. I'm so happy for you. Anytime you do something awesome or something happens to you guys or you have some cool show, I'm always like, yes, Tobine is the best. Like seriously. And when I saw you guys play, when we played that bill at that like PPC crack house thing,
That was fun.
like
We had a good
it was
time.
it was so much fun because I hadn't seen you in a while from that point. It had
Yeah.
been a minute.
Yeah.
So So the room is packed, everyone's breathing on each other, and you hear and everyone's fucking like screaming along to the words. And I was like, yes!
That was a
show.
fun
Why
ass
is getting
show.
people screaming along to their songs,
That
dude?
was.
It was so much fun. Immediately, everyone's just like, yeah.
That was like the smallest venue I think we've ever played.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a house.
Yeah, me too.
It was the smallest house.
It was the smallest kitchen I've ever
Yeah, we
played
played in
in.
the kitchen. That was so cool.
Yeah, very cool.
So, dude, thank you guys so much for coming on. Like, I don't know why this hasn't happened earlier. I'm totally gonna get you and Adult Feelings and whatever other 18 bands you're in that I've also heard of. I didn't know you're playing in.
Sure.
And then fucking Matt, like, of course, you always have my love. If you ever want to fucking promote something or you want to do something or hang out, man, like, this is it. Like, I love you to death. I love both of you guys.
Hell
And the
yeah. I
drummer
love you too,
who isn't here.
And Weston.
And Weston.
Don't leave Weston.
And Weston.
Give him some love.
Yeah.
I love you, Weston. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for listening. Bye.